So I had to do this with the flashlight, or maybe even a scarf. That they're that childish like this, because what I was trying to talk about, that in 1991 I came back from a pretty intensive excursion with the Grateful Dead, and I wanted to charge, hard, and from what I could tell, it probably could have been a continuation of the fancy partying 80s. If I were, to work like a Spanish worker, and considering that my education was very low, my educational level was very low, and if I continued to do drugs and alcohol the way I did, and work, and with my low education, if I would have continued that way, I probably could have done some fancy social work. But what happened is that my mom was being very ornery about the drugs, and then the kids who were around were really promoting education. And then some women on this bus I was on, coming from a friend's house, said something that I should slow down. I overheard them talking about me slowing down for my friend. So all of this I thought was valid. I thought that these were valid constructs. So what I did is I bid my time, and I did what I felt that they were complaining about. And well, to me it all worked out. To me, I got, I saw what I came for. Everything that I thought was going on basically was, and I think I pretty much got what I came for. So it worked out for me. You would know that, somewhere around 200 CE or whatever, the first temple was destroyed, and then the second temple was destroyed in 70 CE. Probably what happened is the Jews had enough, and they said, we're not, if that's how you want to play it, so here we go, okay? So then the Romans came up with an answer 70 years after. They said, this is a little too much for us, the Jews being this intense. So they came up with Jesus Christ. And, that did make the Jews really happy. It was a pretty sneaky game. So what happened with that was, then you have the First World War, right? And then the Germans. So what, they compete. They're together, but I noticed the Europeans like to compete with each other, even though they're really together. They compete. Then you have the First World War, and the Germans lost pretty bad. They came back with a resolute. They weren't going to lose again. So and around the time there was Albert Einstein, and Albert Einstein really, it's not so much E equals MC squared, but he was a signpost that is when everything came together from a scientific realm. That Albert Einstein, it's not so much what he invented, he was more of a signpost. So what I think the people who invented the central banking system in 1760, which is probably why how they came up with the founding of America, the Rothschilds, was that they probably said, and the Rothschilds are supposed to be the king of the Jews, the Messianic culture. They probably said to Hitler, because Albert Einstein really was in Germany, and there probably were things invented in Germany. Hitler probably wanted to go on a rampage to prove German might once and for all. And Rothschild probably said, you could have our Jews over there, because the Jews were acting disgruntled with Germany, even though they helped them out with a lot of stuff. They said, you could have our Jews, you could do whatever the hell you want with Europe, just don't, just leave us alone, and then we'll form a team and, see what we can do from then on out. So that's probably what happened. I don't want to make this video too long, but that's my little conjecture in a nutshell. So.